Now let's look a little bit at the human respiratory system as we talk about the health risks asbestos can cause and what it does. This diagram here shows how people breathe in through their nose and down through their throat into their lungs. And we have a diagram of the lungs, and over on the left, it kind of zooms in on the alveoli where a lot of the gas exchange processes happen and breathing happens. This is where asbestos attacks. We'll zoom in a little further on those so you can kind of see in each one of those that looks like a little cluster. That's where asbestos fibers get lodged in and they start causing your health issues. One of the first health issues that was discovered to be related to asbestos was asbestosis and pleural plaques. We'll talk about pleural plaques first because they were actually seen first when they were doing autopsies on individuals who died of unknown causes. Now, pleural plaques, as described in this textbook by Uri, Sporn, and Rogley, I've always just called this Rogley's book. Victor Rogley is a doctor who's been involved in asbestos for a number of years. So in this book, pleural plaques are described as dense, firm, gray-white fibrous tissue. And that's exactly what it looks like. If you look at an autopsy of an individual who had pleural plaques on their lungs, you'll see these gray-white sheets over the lung issue. And it says that microscopically, plaques are predominantly collagenous or collagenous, however you prefer, with scant cellularity. They're basically collagen. They're scar tissue and the things that collagen makes up. O'Reilly explains that the clinical implications are twofold. First, the implications of plaques with regard to functional disability. That means breathing. Your functional disability in this context means you are not able to breathe properly. And that can be measured with a pulmonary function test, which is a common breath test. And number two, the prognostic implications with regard to other asbestos-related diseases. Prognostic in this case means, can we foretell that someone's going to develop another asbestos-related illness? And as it says, it has been found that pleural plaques are a predictor of increased risk for some asbestos-related disorders. Most, but not all, of the clients I've represented with mesothelioma did in fact have pleural plaques, and quite a few of the lung cancer clients I've represented have as well. Not always, but enough that in my very limited clinical experience, I agree that plaques do seem to be a predictor of increased risk. But don't take my word for it. Take the authors of this textbook because this is what they do day in and day out.